founder and CEO of creatingdigitalassets.com, and tonight I wanted to make this video because I wanted to talk about time. And, well, there's so much that can be said. I don't want to talk about time management because I think that's an overused term, and I really don't believe in it either. There's no way that we can manage our time. Time is going to advance with or without us. It is constantly decrementing, and what that really means is that every day, each one of us is like one day closer to our own death, and we just never know when that day is going to be. We just don't know. I mean, we don't know how long we're going to be on the planet. Every morning that you wake up, you're gifted with 86,400 seconds. And that's a gift called time. And if you're granted that, that means that you still have a purpose here and on the planet, that something still needs to be played out, that your work isn't done, that there is meaning for your life. You're not just here to exist. There's something, something that you're meant to do, and, something that you're meant to learn still or teach, or maybe you're going to make somebody's life easier or make somebody's life sweeter. Maybe you're going to create something that impacts others, maybe just one or two people, maybe something scalable, hundreds or thousands. It can be something small, it can be something large, but my point is, every day we're all one day closer to our death, and we don't know when that's going to be. Even if you're in your 20s, don't dismiss this message because, you just never know. In the last 2 years, I've lost 4 family members, including my mom. So I really don't have much family. My mom passed away, and her 2 brothers, and my cousin, who's exactly the same age as I am, from cancer. Of course, he had a completely different lifestyle than I do. But nonetheless, there's been a lot of loss in my life lately, and I have seen a lot of disease. I've seen a lot of depression. I've seen a lot of decline, and I've seen a lot of death. I've been in the hospital, and I've been in hospice. I've been there with my family, and I have also seen patients around me that are sick, that are sad, that are dealing with end-of-life issues. Some of them prematurely, or what we consider premature, if they're in their 40s, in their 60s. My cousin, he passed away at age 44. My mom and my uncle in their 60s. Neither of them had a healthy lifestyle either, but nonetheless, cancer, heart disease, diabetes. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is you want to make the most of the time that we've been blessed with. You're here for a reason, and we cannot manage time. What we can manage is our own selves, our own activities in any unit of time. And that's what we need to strive for. What we can manage are systems and processes and our thoughts and where our attention goes, our daily habits and our daily decisions. So that can be related to your health and your business and your relationships and anything that you're nurturing, anything that you're learning, anything that you're moving closer to mastery, or closer and deepening a relationship, learning a skill towards mastery, creating or finishing an online product. Just imagine what it would be like if somebody was reading your eulogy. What would you want them to say? How would you want to be remembered? the content that you leave online, the breadcrumbs, the stuff that people are going to find, the stuff that your children are going to find, the stuff that your grandchildren are going to find. What's the quality of it? Are you going to be proud of what you left online, whether it's free content or paid content? What kind of legacy are you leaving? How do you want to be remembered? And then in the present day, like, what are you trying to achieve? Are you using each day and the time that you've been given to move closer to your goals, or are you wasting time and getting distracted? Now, there are, obviously the world has changed. The world has changed a lot since um, since I was in college or had my first couple of jobs. I've known the world without internet, without a computer at home, without a cell phone, without um, computer, internet access, cell phone, any mobile devices. I remember life like that, and now there's so many things contending for our attention. Everybody wants our attention. There's so many distractions. I mean, even if I've always been a very, very focused person, very productive person, very successful in different things, and I've noticed even myself, like, getting distracted, going off on tangents, noticing things in my peripheral vision and following them off to here and there and there, and noticing the clock and, like, oh my God, 15 minutes has gone by, 20 minutes, and what have I done? We're not immune to it. I think it's just a human. I call it human curiosity. One of the things I'm famous for saying is that nothing on the internet would ever be clicked if it, no links would ever be clicked if it weren't for human curiosity. We're just curious. We want to learn, we want to know, or, you know, and we click and we click and we click and we waste time sometimes. So we really need to manage that. And I think sometimes, I do think that I think sometimes our brains might be actually cognitively or maybe physiologically changing, because it's really, really difficult for even myself to concentrate. I have to really shut down things, turn things off, and be very disciplined about my time and how I spend my time to get anything done. I still can do it, but it is more difficult than it used to be, because there's just so much variety of stuff, and we all sort of gotten used to just so much content and so much stimulation and immediacy, and and just variety. Everybody is out there expressing themselves and producing content, and it's interesting. And my point is, if you're an entrepreneur, you have to produce more than you consume. Now, consumption can be educational, and it can feed you. It can be good use of your time, but nonetheless, even still, you need to produce before you consume. Produce before you consume. Let consumption be your reward. The order, the distinction here is the order in which you do it. Okay. I took High Performance Academy with Brendan Bouchard, and I love that program. I highly recommend it. It's an online course. And one of the things that I remember in there, which is this famous quote, which I like to quote too, is the inbox. The inbox is nothing more than a convenient, means of organizing other people's agendas for you. And what does that mean? That means that you do not get up in the morning and run to the computer and check it. In fact, if you're laying in your bed in the morning and you wake up and you reach over to the nightstand and grab your cell phone and check Facebook and check email while you're still laying in bed, you are doing it wrong. You are in reactive mode. You're not in proactive mode. You need to take care of your business, your health, everything, your stuff first before you address other people's stuff. Most successful entrepreneurs have some sort of morning ritual, and it does not begin with technology. It does not. It often begins with meditation. It begins with deep breathing, drinking some lemon water, maybe making a green smoothie, maybe working out, going for a walk or a run, doing something active, having a healthy breakfast, considering what you're grateful for and what you're enthusiastic about for the day, thinking about what kind of stuff you need to do today. And then you begin your day in a very proactive way. Maybe even the night before you had an outline, you made an outline so you know what you want to do. And you take care of things that are on your to-do list, your productivity planner first. And then you check email or look to see if anybody's responded to you or have any urgent request. I've actually gotten really good with email. I only check it maybe 4 times a day, and I just close it. I'm not like, there are very few things online that you need to be highly available and be sitting there real time for. I mean, it can wait. You're not an ER surgeon, emergency room physician, or cardiac surgeon or something where it's people want to feel important or something. It's really not that important. It can wait. You don't want to be in reactive mode. You don't want to be reacting to other people's approximation of what's urgent or something. I mean, do it on your time. Also, social media. There's no reason you should be on social media real time all day long. No, it can be batched. It can be something where you close it off and you go there after you get your stuff done. Then you drop in and see what's going on and respond to people or look at some things. But treat it like a reward, maybe. Like the order. The distinction here is the order in which you do stuff. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying be very conscious of what you do first, so that it falls into place where it belongs at a lesser priority. Yeah, so you have to, here's the thing. If you're entrepreneurial, you don't get paid. We don't trade time for dollars anymore. We are compensated in proportion to the value that we bring. We're compensated for the results that we create in any unit of time. So you must be focused on income producing activities. You must be focused on something that will have a high ROI if it's not actually income that you're realizing, but it is maybe a relationship, or just moving the microphone here. Relationship building, or a customer service, or something like, or product creation, or free content, free valuable content, lead generation, stuff like that. I mean, you have to be very conscious on how you use your time, because that is an asset, and it's also your most irrecoverable asset, because when it's passed, when time that's lost is lost forever. You must internalize this. This is a message of magnitude. And I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I spent a lot of time in hospice. My mom was in there for 14 months. I visited her a lot, and she had a roommate, and there's other people that you run into in the hall, and in the common areas, the living areas, and in the place where they have meals together and fellowship together, and games and board games and stuff like that, activities. So you meet other people, and wow, I could do a whole video on that, and I really should interview Lillian, who was the most angelic hospice nurse that we had. But they have stories. I mean, those are some stories that might transform the way you think about time. Because, you know, when you get to that point in your life, and it might be old age, but it might, you might face a terminal illness. You never know. It could be in your 40s. Like I said, my cousin died at age 44 with colon cancer that metastasized to his liver and all other organs. And, I think he had maybe 2 months or so, maybe about 2 months post-diagnosis before he passed away. And it's become, cancer is an epidemic. It's becoming more and more common, and that's a whole nother video too, because it's about all the, there's a lot of the problems, a lot of our health problems, or the source of our health problems, are behavioral. They're self-inflicted, but they're habits. But not just that. In addition to that, we don't live in a society that gives us a lot of great choices on the shelves daily. So it's really a lot to surmount. But you have to, you can't be doing what 99% of the people are doing. You have to, do something completely opposite of what people are doing, which means no processed foods, no fast foods, no meat and dairy, no gluten, no sugar, no salt. No white flour. I mean, this is a whole other video. I'm getting a little bit off on a tangent, but cancer has been a reality in my family, and it's something I'm very vocal about, because I've seen the pain. I've seen, like I was saying, these other people in hospice. I've seen the regret. Not everybody reaches end of life and can reflect back and be introspective and say, I've done everything I wanted to do. I've forgiven people. That I have problem with in a relationship. Not everybody can say that they've done everything that they wanted to do, that they hadn't taken the chances or the risk that they wanted to do. Maybe they didn't start that business. Maybe they didn't tell that person that they loved them. Maybe they didn't nurture a relationship. Maybe they failed to try. Maybe they didn't say the words that they wanted to say, or write the words that they wanted to say, because they were coming from the ego and not the heart. Maybe they didn't forgive. Maybe they wish they had more time with somebody that's now gone. I don't know maybe they didn't start the business that they wanted to start. They were scared to leave that job that they didn't like. They kept the steady paycheck. There's just so many regrets that people have, and you do not want to be at end of life with these regrets, because they weigh a ton. So I'm saying that you need to use every day in a very intentional, purposeful way, so that when you leave the planet, you feel comfortable and at peace with what you accomplished here. And it doesn't always have to be like accomplishment, like driven to succeed with money or credentials, certificates, grades, degrees. I mean, some people that's important to them. Other people it's relationships. Other people maybe it's online books and courses that they leave behind, or even just free videos on YouTube. I mean, your spirit will live on. Your personality will live on. People can spend time with you after when you're no longer here. They can remember you. They can watch you. They can celebrate who you were. And each of us are unique. I mean, everybody has gifts. Many of us have latent gifts that haven't even been, brought forth. And why? Because we live busy, rushed lives. We've been conditioned to go to school and work the job and I think a lot of people have dreams that are bigger than a cubicle can accommodate. I know I did, and I know you do. And a lot of times, here's the thing that I know because I've been there. I've seen other people in my jobs. Like, I was single. I was able to maybe get out of the situation that I didn't like. But many people, once they have a family, one or two children, they're married, they have a couple of cars, they bought a large house to accommodate the family, they're kind of stuck in their jobs. Some of them have a lot of credit card debt. Some of them came into the marriage with student loan debt on both sides. And that's very encumbering, and that's very constraining. And debt is a whole nother topic, a whole nother video. I'm like all over the place. I'm a Gemini, so, and I, and I'm like 46 years old, so I have a lot of experiences. There's so much I want to say, so much wisdom I want to like give you. And it's all coming, I don't even know if it's coming out right in this video, and it's why I usually procrastinate, and sometimes I don't put up the videos that I make, so I don't know if I'm going to post this or not. We'll see. But I hope you hear me. I hope maybe you can hear what I'm trying to say, that it's so important to do what you love and not have regrets, because if you look around and when you look around and you see other people that are angry, that are not smiling on the subway, that are indifferent, that are mean, that are, they don't, they're at happy hour, right? They're drinking, they're alcoholic, they're smoking, they're on drugs, they're trying to numb themselves. They're shopping, like they're shopping all the time, trying to fill a void. They're overeating. They're obese, or they don't. You can tell that they don't work out. They don't like have any self-care. There's something missing in their life. There's an emptiness there. There's something that they're not doing that they're supposed to be doing, which I mean is like their purpose and why they're here, and they're ignoring it, or they're putting all these other things in the way, and they can't hear um, the clarity of what they're here for. And it's unfortunate, and I really hope that I can help people um, have a safe space to explore their passions, and maybe, finally do what makes them happy, do something expressive and joyful, because a lot of people won't even admit or acknowledge that they're unhappy, or that they don't like their job or something, because they know that they're reliant on that paycheck, and they're really bound and enslaved sometimes. That's a pretty strong word, but I've seen it, and it's not fun to be working with people that are, they don't really want to be there. Their heart's not in it. Sometimes they do sloppy work. Sometimes they're just not nice to be around. Um, I don't know. I don't know if this video made sense, but really I guess sometimes I'm an idealist. I just want everybody, I wish everybody could see their gifts that they have inside and bring them into the world where they belong and where you'll be rewarded for them. And it's so fulfilling to create something and someone tell you that they liked it. Someone tell you that, well, just by buying it, they're showing you that they want it. And if it changes their life, if it changes their outcome, their attitude, their vision for what's possible, you can really impact people, because we all are, the thing is, you can't say that you don't influence people. We all influence people, because we're all like subconsciously or consciously, socially, we do the social comparison. And everything that we are currently doing, we've learned from somebody. Like, we're modeling something that somebody has modeled for us. We're emulating something, and then there's a lot of stuff that comes this created originally from us, but we always look around and, to see what we like. I mean, we're forming our identity. I like that. I don't like that. I prefer that. I don't prefer that. We're even when you're shopping, the stuff that you don't like everything, right? You like this certain sweater, this certain jewelry, because it's a representation of yourself. So, it's just been so interesting to see on the internet in the past, 5 years, all these different people that have stepped out and have done YouTube videos and done podcasts and have written things and created things, just to see that creative expression. We've never really had visibility to that before, and it's really, really cool because, everything's created twice, and these people had this inside of them, and they had the courage to bring it out. And I know there's something inside of you that's just waiting to birth, it's just begging to come out. And if it takes a form of an ebook or an online course or a private membership site or something like that, some kind of digital product, I can absolutely help you with that process. So I've kind of been all over in this video. I want you to have habits that match your expectations, a plan for your product creation, and I just wish happiness for everybody, and a life on the planet that you can feel good about now and once you pass on. Consider the quality of what you're leaving others. I did a lot of videos with my mom at the end of her life because I was so desperate to just get a little bit more of her and something that I could watch. Have her with me, even like I knew that she was going to pass away. And I don't know if any of you are in that situation right now. I encourage you to take pictures, to take video. Video's even better, of your loved one. Ask them questions. What questions you've never asked them before. Ask them things like, ask them what kind of advice they would give you or give the world from their experiences. What they want you to know after they're gone. And more importantly, videotape yourself telling them everything that you want to tell them before they go. You can do this anytime, but of course, at the end of life, when you know that it's end of life, you can do this. And it'll mean a lot to you afterwards because I have my mom's videos, and every once in a while I'll watch them, like on Mother's Day or her birthday or the holidays or on a Sunday or something. Sometimes I feel sad, but it lets me see her again in the video. So do this, make the video, ask them questions, tell them everything that you want to tell them, forgive them, hug them, tell him or her that you love them. Say things that has been on your heart that you just couldn't bring yourself to say because you don't want any regrets. The regrets really weigh a lot. They're heavy. And you want to feel light and be at peace. So I'm going to end this video because I feel like I've been all over. I hope that something that I said in here touched you and might change the way in which you do things, make a difference for you. Okay? This is Christina, founder and CEO of creatingdigitalassets.com. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I'll see you on the next video.